You mentioned that you were an only child, and I know
Yeah.
that China has that one-child rule.
I know.
Sometimes do you wish that you had
I
brothers or
do.
sisters?
I always wish I have brothers and sisters. Yeah, that's one reason make me want to start a family here because I can have more kids. But I believe right now, if both of you and your husband are single child, you can have at least 2 kids in big cities.
Oh wow, is that a new development?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What happens if you have more than
No, I mean, if
Both the
I and
parents-
my husband are
Single child.
single child, we can have 2 kids.
Okay,
But
so
what if you have more than one
what
child?
What if you did live in China and had more than one child? What would happen?
Be
What would the
fine. Be fine.
I mean, like, well, yeah, well, if it's like, if you work in the, like, private companies, I wouldn't say it's, like, so big issue. You can just pay for
In countryside, they can have 2.
I think so. In countryside, they're allowed to have at least 2. And in the big cities, if you work in the private companies, you have to spend some extra money to give the second child an ID. Like if you want like certain
To get the
identification,
permission.
you need pay some money. But that's not maybe a big problem. But if you're working in the government or like state-owned factories, you probably will lose your job. I'm not sure.
And if you are the only child, you and your parents will both get certificates, and your mom or your dad should get an operation. That operation makes your mom or dad will now be pregnant.
Twins.
Twins are okay,
Okay.
because you just
One birth
Pre-
is
yeah.
fine. Yeah. I think
that's allowed. You
fine.
can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you
Yeah.
just
As long as it's not on purpose?
yeah
Yeah, I know.
give birth to kids once.
Okay.
Yeah, like I know that some countryside they allow 2 kids and like they have 3 kids because one of them are like twins.
And for the twins and the triples or something like that, the government will support you to raise the second and the
Okay.
third kids.
Okay.
Do you think that all these government rules are like too strict?
Well, I think that one child rule, well, I won't say it's so strict. I think it somehow helped China to develop in certain ways compared to maybe India, like their population issues is so serious right now, certain way. And I believe the government is like, right now, more kids are allowed, so it's getting loose. The rule is getting loose. Depends on our country conditions. I believe it's like for people who want their kids to be succeed, it's very costly. Like it's very expensive.
Do you think that's because there's a higher emphasis on education and good education?
Yeah, I think right now more people can get higher education than previous time, but it's still very expensive.